Okay, hello and welcome to this very special interview. Today I'm interviewing the world number one Broken Arrow player. As you can see, we have the lobby open in front of us. This is I Won the Internet. He is the world number one Broken Arrow player. He has an ELO of 2,555, a playtime of just over 7 days, and a win rate of 80%. So, how are you?
Oh, pretty well. It
All
feels
right.
really nice to waste 7 days of life playing Broken Arrow.
Fantastic. I think this interview is going to go really well. So the first thing I was going to ask you actually was how does it feel to be the world number one Broken Arrow player?
Woohoo! Someone got deranked and I got moved back there. It's crazy.
All right, fantastic. So yeah, what do you like about Broken Arrow? What keeps you playing it? Obviously, as you pointed out, you've invested 7 days of your life into this game. It's quite a significant amount. What keeps you coming back to Broken Arrow?
I feel like I'm coming as a veteran from other RTS titles.
Okay,
And this game, the main thing that keeps me playing is the concept of the game
right.
and some really cool mechanics, especially especially the combination of micro and macro. It's really entertaining for me.
Okay, so what would you define as micro and macro? Because obviously some people will be listening who aren't RTS fans and they won't understand what those words mean.
Yeah, micro is generally how fast you click and the orders you're giving to your units, and macro is overall understanding of the game and choices on the bigger scale. Like, for example, picking one unit over the other or whatever.
All right,
So generally, what I love about Broken Arrow is the concept and a lot of mechanics that are really cool, even though some of them are buggy or don't work, but still they are there.
fair enough. So what would you say is a standout mechanic for you? Perhaps your favorite mechanic? Like what's something specific about the mechanics that you like?
I feel like I can make some comparison to War now. I
Okay,
believe I've played it a bit as well. And the best parts of Broken Arrow is air and arty. Like artillery is done really nicely in this game. It has various options. It's not that micro intensive, but you can get huge amount of value if you're good enough with it. Also, if you're not good enough, you're gonna get punished.
yeah.
And then air, it's really cool concept because there are tons of viable builds, tons of viable combos, and the only thing that really limits you is your imagination and creativity on how you're gonna use it.
Fair enough. So you like the fact that the game is quite open-ended and you can adapt it to your play style.
Yeah, especially in the artillery and air department. Those are definitely the highlights of the game.
All right. Well, I don't want you to give away any of your core strategies which have allowed you to reach rank 1, but what would you say is your play style? How have you got to rank 1?
By clown carring, the concept of the clown car. I think it's not really common in war now, but it's really common in games like Company of Heroes. You have your
Could you
IFV,
explain it? Yeah.
you have your IFV, and you put your infantry inside, and they always work together. You never use your infantry alone, and you
Right.
never use your IFV alone. It's like a combination that always goes together because it doubles up the value of each unit.
Okay, so a good example could be the Batman squad in the Boomerang, something like that.
Yeah, or generally putting various infantry on US side into AMPV. That's probably the best example.
Right. What's specific about the AMPV?
It's just kind of crazy compared to other IFVs, especially American ones, because you get 12 seats in the IFV. Plus,
Right.
you get decent armor and you get fire on the move javelin. So you can just keep pushing and ATGM will fire. You don't have to stop. That's why
Okay.
Bradley is cheat, by the way.
Oh, I see. Simply because this is just a better version. Is that the idea?
Yeah, generally better gun, better ATGM, and double the capacity of the transport.
Okay, fair enough. So, how do you spec your AMPVs then? Do you get them just maximum upgrade with the Javelin, which you mentioned, and then do you get the Iron Fist APS?
Yeah, you generally max it out. You might, after the nerfs, the price nerfs, you might consider also taking the version without the Javelin, but generally everything else is maxed. So you get 2 APS, you get armor, and you get the Bushmaster autocannon. I think Bushmaster 2.
Yeah, it is a Bushmaster too. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So there's two main concepts in this game that are sort of in a bit of a forum war with each other. One is up armor everything, up gun everything, make units expensive, bring just a few units and have them punch really hard. And the other is a sort of spam where you just bring BMP 1, something like that, maybe a BMP 2, and you don't spend too much on it. You keep it cheap and cheerful. Which one would you say is better?
I feel like it's highly map dependent.
Okay,
Like right now, the most stupid thing you can do is just put 50-point infantry into BMP3M, the one for 105 points. It
right.
gets like, it's the only IFV for 100 points that get double smoke and some crazy ECM that just makes Rocket disappear and go off the course. It's kind of crazy for the price.
But the
Uh,
65 point one,
no, no, no. You need mechanized for that. You need
right,
armor upgrade and you need second upgrade of the gun. So it becomes BMP3M.
right. So it's 105
That's pretty
points.
toxic meta, I'm telling you. Just get like 4 or 5 of them and you can just roll through everything.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, this is why we're here to learn the strats being used at the top of the ladder. I've noticed that there's two BMP 3s. One is on coastal, one is on Russian mechanized. Are you saying that the mechanized one's better because of the upgrades?
You can up armor like the gun and the ATGM and everything is gonna be the same. The
Right.
only difference is you can up armored the BMP3M on the
Yeah.
mechanized version. And it makes it kind of crazy because you cannot get two-shotted by any Abrams in the game. You need 3 shots for
Oh,
it to kill.
right. Okay,
Yeah, and
so
it costs
that's
105, and it gets double smoke and DCM.
that's really interesting. Actually, that's a key learning. So I've learned something as well. So thank you
Yeah,
for
go
sharing
ahead
that.
and spam. Everyone should be spamming it, so it's good. It's gonna get nerfed, hopefully.
Well, I admire your willingness to do this because a lot of top players they're very cagey about what they do. They want to maintain their competitive advantage. But here we have the
I'm
world number
playing
one.
mainly US, so I guess nerfing Russia. I'll be coping less.
So, how would you say the faction balance is? Because that's something that a lot of people have been complaining about. Some people say Russia's better, some people say America's better. The standardized win rates certainly say Russia's better, so why are you playing America?
Because I just go random faction, and funny enough, me and my team we went like 60, 63, I think, random games,
All right.
and we got USA 61 times out of 63.
Okay.
That can tell you what's popular. But generally, I feel like Russia is a bit stronger, but it's highly map dependent. So on some maps, US is just gonna roll Russia, and
Right.
it's kind of a thing where with US you have to outplay Russian opponent because he can just sit, RT you, cruise you, do all the funny stuff, and you're just gonna die.
Well, fair enough. I mean, so the thing with the just going back to the first thing you said, you pressed random 63 times and you got America 61 times. Is
Yep.
that because lots of people are searching Russia with turn mirror match switched off?
It depends, but mainly, I mean, most of the gamers on high ladder, like if you're gonna look at top 100 players,
Yeah.
there's maybe 3 teams, so that's like 15, maximum 20 guys that play US more than Russia. So that can tell you what's more popular.
Right.
80
So
or 85 is just pure Russian gamers.
okay, and then when you press random, you're just getting America because the enemy's playing Russia and they've
Yep,
unticked switch off random matches.
yep. They queued up as Russia, and we're getting US since it never gonna give you if you don't switch the mirror matches on, it will never give you the mirror especially when you're 5 stack. Because I think when you're playing single, you can still get mirrors. That's
Right.
kind of weird.
But when you're playing five stack, it agrees with it. And something you sort of mentioned there is that you're always playing in a five stack.
Yeah, this game is not fun. So not fun alone. I've played. Sometimes I'm playing. I'm joining random lobbies.
Yeah.
I don't have a second account, so I do it on the main. But it's just pain. It's just pain because people are leaving even on top. Then you meet some random cheater and your day is ruined because you're like
Well,
minus
fair
50.
enough. Yeah, that's a shame. So we've talked about what you like about the game, and we've got some deep knowledge about BMP3 spam and so on. So what would you say is your favorite specialization combination then for USA and Russia?
For USA, it's definitely armor spec ops
Armored
because you
spec
can
ops.
just
Okay.
yeah you just clown car with spec ops infantry inside AMPVs. Like you mainly take the armor spec ops for the AMPVs and for some support tools, and the rest is just done by microing infantry. And if your opponent is lacking counters, you can get some tanks on the field. And for the Russian side, I think that my favorite combination has to be naval VDV, so I can just air spam, cruise spam, and have like 10 KD without even playing the game, like just killing the opponents.
That's really interesting. So would you say that your ground presence is quite limited then, and you're just doing mainly air and air spam essentially?
It kinda depends because Russia has like US doesn't have really such an ability to build a deck like that. But
Yeah.
in for example, playing VDV and naval still gives you access to some medium tanks. You still
Yeah.
get access to all the tools you need, and then on top of that, you can do some crazy stuff with the air, like so using some cruise missiles, using cluster cruise, using any type of bomb you want. And
Right.
you don't even have to attack the point. You're just grinding opponent. He cannot kill your planes if you do it properly, and you just get gaining KD.
Fair enough. And you said armored spec ops, so you can get the AMPV, and then presumably you put Delta Force in them because they're 12 men.
Yeah, you put Delta Force, you put Rangers RRC, you put Ranger Mouse. It generally depends on the situation. You use various things inside of the NPV, but
Fair enough.
it's generally like really effective.
Okay, great. I'm learning a lot here then. And then when you're playing with the BMP3 spam, what are you using that with?
Yeah, you look for there are like two infantry squads, Sturmoviki, I think, for 50 points. They get like 10 armor. They're super crazy for 50 points. And then you have vampires, the RPG 29, and you just mix them up, blob up, smoke, and you take whatever you want to take. There's
So
no physical ability
so
to lose.
it's mechanized, and then what are you bringing with the mechanized?
It's either VDV or motorized, but it's not that great in mirror matchups because the BMP3s lose the ability to get free shotted. They get two shotted by top tier Russian tanks.
Oh, I see. Okay, so the top tier American tanks take 3 shots to kill this BMP3
Yep,
up armored, but the top tier Russian tanks kill it in two.
because they get the same penetration but one more damage, like T90M and Armata.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I mean, you're clearly very knowledgeable about the game. I suppose you would have to be. So we've talked about things you like. We've talked about the game. Would you say there's anything you dislike? Anything you would change?
Yeah, of course. There's like the thing I hate the most is whenever you're clicking fast, there is this like units kind of stick to each other.
Right.
Like you give an order. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but for example, you give an unit, you click the other unit or use a shortcut or whatever, and then the previous unit does the same thing, even though it was not selected.
No, I didn't know that. I guess I'm just not clicking fast enough.
There is this, and because I've talked to some people, I thought I'm kind of going crazy or something. Like I'm just misclicking all the time. But then more people started to tell me that this is happening as well. So that's one of the points.
Right.
There's a bunch more if you want to hear them.
Yeah, well, we might as well. Just like a brief overview.
Okay, the second one is just gonna be desync, because desync buffs cruise missiles indirectly, because you just sometimes you don't see them, sometimes you cannot shoot them down, you cannot interact, you just die. That's why it's so painful to play on Asian servers for me, for example, because I get 120 ping and I'm suffering.
Right. So if somebody's lagging, the game just sort of breaks down a little bit, and sometimes
Yeah, the
they.
interactions are completely different. Like if you have a good ping over your opponent, your tanks should they just aim faster because they spot you first. Because it's like the netcode is kind of weird because I'm pretty sure it's not server related. It's just like when you have 20 ping, you get the information faster than the opponent that has 120 ping.
Right.
That means he's got the edge on you in aiming, edge on you in shooting, because it's not controlled on the server basis, I think.
Hang on. So if the opponent has higher ping, it's better for them.
No. If you have higher ping, you're screwed because
Oh, I
you're
see.
doing everything
Okay.
later.
So if you're so this cuts both ways, right? So you're in Europe, I'm in Europe. So
Yep,
if we're on the European server and a Chinese guy's on our server, it's going to be harder for him. But if
yep.
we're on the Chinese server, it's going to be harder for us.
But usually we're either getting dodged when we're on the European server, or we're mainly playing on Asian. I don't know why. It might be a bigger cluster. Hard for me to tell.
Okay, so there's no way to choose. It's just the game
Nope.
decides you're on the Asian server today, and then you're on that
And you're
server.
having fun getting cruised to death.
Damn, I mean that's a very big technical limitation. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. So it's a similar question, kind of, but like let's pretend the devs listen to this YouTube channel. I got a message today from somebody claiming to be a dev. I'm not sure if they were or not. They might have just been trolling. Let's pretend the devs are listening to this conversation. If you could say, because there's lots of things they're working on, lots of things that can be improved. If there was one thing that you could get them to fix first before anything else, what would it be?
uh, it would be adding some kind of server control over what's happening on the screen, because it seems like whoever sends the data first to the server gets the upper hand. At least that's what I feel like, and that would
Right.
make the playing on different clusters much more pleasant, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, this is something. So I didn't understand what was going on, but yeah, sometimes I'm in smoke and my enemy shoots me through the smoke. Well, he sees me in the smoke first, like he aims first, and it might even be the exact same tank. His tank just shoots mine first.
Yeah, you need to smoke super early. Like you cannot really trade or do anything. You need to pre-smoke super early to not get hit by ATGMs and stuff on
Right.
different clusters.
Yeah, that's a really big shame, and it stands in the way of having proper competitive play. So what do you think about the general state of the competitive scene? I mean, I suppose we've hinted on a lot of things. You spoke a lot about the desync, just like the meta and so on. Like, is there anything
There
where
was
do you see this going? I suppose is a better
I
question.
feel like whenever you're on the same cluster, the experience is pretty pleasant, because a lot
Right.
of the things that I've mentioned, they're just not here. The problems are not here, like desynchronization with rockets, with stuff, with
Yeah.
invisible units. But that's a long story. Uh, there are people trying to organize tournaments. There was a small drama like a month ago, so the tournament never finished. But there are a couple of upcoming tournaments like 2v2, like another 5v5 one. I think they called it Broken Arrow World Series or whatever. So if you guys have a team, you can always register. There is
Yeah.
like a prize pool this time. And I believe if they're gonna properly divide clusters, it's gonna be a pleasant experience. Even though there are some bugs, if you get the knowledge of how to play the game, you can eliminate a lot of game problems and just
Yeah.
focus on outplaying the opponent.
All right, fantastic. Speaking of the tournaments, you and I will be participating in the 2v2 tournament. I believe that's at the end of August, the weekend at the end of August,
Yeah, we
if
need
all
to sign
goes to
up.
well. And yeah, I do need to press the sign up button, but we did speak about it. And so yeah, what's next for you now that you've reached rank 1? Are you gonna go do something else, or are you gonna keep playing?
Yeah, actually, I've stopped playing this game every day, so just to keep it fun, because whenever you're
Yeah,
grinding a lot, the fun kinda goes away. So now on the similar date, the 5v5 tournament will start. So probably I will prepare with my team. We're of course gonna be aiming for the win there.
yeah.
But I guess clicking this game from time to time, especially when you know all the mechanics, all the most of the interactions and stuff, generally understand the meta, the game becomes really really pleasant. But there's kind of a steep learning curve to that. You have to go get through it to actually enjoy the game.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for taking the time to speak to me. We covered quite a range of topics. I actually learnt a huge amount about BMP3 spam and desyncs and stuff like that. So thank you, and I'll see you around.
Yeah, thank you. See you around.